that constitutes a breakdown of regulations, but something's got to be done.
They're not in the grid positions, that's obvious.
I don't actually know what they're doing there.
Race control.
It should be, what do you do for birds that aren't flying? Where do you go with that?
That's Mohammad Shazwan in your picture, third on the grid. The two birds, I think one's injured.
No way.
Oh, no,
they're either mating or fighting. I'm hoping it's mating, but
I think that's the first time we've ever commentated on birds flying.
That's the first time I've ever seen birds flying in a sporting event in Malaysia, I have to say. And, you know, I'll probably remember that moment.
Razioma, fourth on the grid of the Gagak Hitam racing team.
It's very difficult when you do spot them to not spot them after that, I have to say. But we do have some time, thankfully, before this final class of racing. And
I like that bird.
One of them's gone. I know you do. I know you do. Now there is Shaul Nizam Ramli. Now once again, Adib Ali, because the grid for the second race is based on your second fast qualifying time, that means that the second place Adib Ali, who by many rights should have won race one, is starting in 13th spot.
Okay.
If he can come through as he did before, it's asking for lightning to strike twice really off the start, with the likes of Azroy Hakim, Hafik, Azmi, Radzi Omar in this class as well. Razali bin Masood, of course. It's going to be interesting to see. Keith Parrott's in here as well. Now, these guys were really, really close together in that race one. There is Keith Parrott. Quick wink, and it looks like a smile underneath that helmet. He's already, Keith Parrott. These guys, as I said, in their race one, they did have a very unique situation in that they had to stop. There was a red flag called. They were pulled back into the grid, and about 20 minutes later, the grid was reformed based on the starting positions at the time of a massive oil spill that was actually from Sarul Fahmi's bike. And it was in a very dangerous place, which is the entrance into turn one. And we should, of course, the other classes have been out and racing on this track. So whether that line of sand that we saw trailing out of the start of turn one is still there, but you should see it as they get around on the sighting lap. Nasruddin Mat Yusop, another one of those riders that is looking to do well. And we have had an update. The track temperature is back to where it should be in terms of the sunny days, and that's 34.9 degrees centigrade. Just an indicator of how different the conditions have been. It started at 55.3 for qualifying. It went down to 24.1 today during the gray area, I suppose, from the morning. And now it's 34.9 degrees centigrade. So it's already up. So off on their sighting lap. One last race for round one of the Malaysia Superbike Championship 2018
20
season.
Riders on track.
20 riders on track, it's true. Sarul Fahmi, we understand. There is that trail of sand, and you can see how long it is into the entrance of turn one. That's what stopped the Superstock race beforehand. For race one.
That was Sarul Fahmi's bike, wasn't it?
Well, at the point of stoppage, Adib Ali was in front. And he was being caught by Azroy Hakim. So you could say that it was always going to happen, but when they went off the start again, that number 8 bike to the back of your screen, Adib Ali actually fell back to about 4th or 5th and was lucky to pull out the second. He'll be happy to come out with some points from this, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. So this is our final race of the day of the first meeting of this brand new season.
There was just 1.325 seconds between the top 4 riders at the end of that last race. Keith Parrott in 4th, Hafik Azmi in 5th, Radzi Omar was 3rd, Adib Ali was 2nd. And here is the starting grid. Azroy Hakim at 2:12.916, Hafik Azmi and Mohammad Shazwan in 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Razi Omar, Hamizan Afiq and Shaul Nizam Ramli on row 2.
Razali bin Masood, Keith Parrott, Ahmad Khan. That's a highly competitive third row.
Row 4, Nazruddin Matyusov, Mohammad Harith Baharin, Abdul Aziz Al Ikram.
Adibali, as you can see, starting from 13th, Zulfadli Rostin and Pang Kim Mun, 13th, 14th and 15th.
On row 6, Noor Hamiduddin, Abu Hassan, Sarul Fahmi, Muhammad Nazir Misdi.
Which leaves 2 riders left, and that's Mohamed Karula and Mohamed Fizwan in 19th and 20th. That is our starting grid. Dry tyres for this race as well. So in the end of the 8 races today, only 2 races on slicks and the rest on wet tyres. I was wondering where Ross had popped out to for a second, but now I see that he was checking the pit lane.
Of course. And there is no oil.
There is no oil now, you can confirm that.
That's fine.
It's always good to have you checking the weather in pit lane. Yes.
Now, grid positions, we've seen riders. We
yes,
see black flags
please take the right grid positions, guys.
And we don't want to see that happening, not in the last race of the day. So
it could, of course, have been pure accident and coincidence that they got the wrong grid positions.
And there is no argument with race control.
No, there isn't.
They say that,
you
and
can't say it just happened because, well, they're watching this for a start. They know. So, but generally speaking, if you're getting into any kind of driving or riding career, one of the key golden rules is don't upset or argue with race control, or in fact any of the officials up.
Red and
green
event, flags gone, red lights are on.
And here we go, 12 laps. What a great start from Azroy Hakim, as we expected, coming in off the right.
In second is Hafiq Azmi.
Absolutely no pressure going into turn 1. Well, that was very wide from what looked like Hafiq Azmi. Had a bit of trouble entering turn 1.
First 2 turns negotiated by the current leader, Azroy Hakim. There he is.
Look at that, what a start he had. That's Adibali that's had another fantastic start.
Yeah.
He's up into second.
Up into second at the moment. In third place is Razi Omar.
And that looks like Harith Baharin with a great start in 4th.
Yeah, Adib Ali's been credited with the fastest sector 1, and he's gone from 10th to 2nd. It's just been passed there by Razi Omar. But already Azroy Hakim is building up a lead.
Yeah, it came from that really fast start that he had. Absolutely no pressure going into turn 1. So we've got a clean run through turns 1, 2 and 3, and that was enough to put the jets on. Coming into turn 4, and already he's looking like he's about half a second ahead. Adibali under a lot of pressure there in the middle of that pack. And dropping down the order. While everyone glued to their screen for this last class of racing for the day. So Azroy Hakim coming through, and that actually does look like Hafiq Azmi or Harith Baharin. Well, it's Razi Omar that's in 3rd. There's Harith Baharin, the number 12 bike. Fantastic start for him to get up to 4th from 8th. Zoe. So Azroy Hakim, Amirul Hafiq Azmi, Razi Omar are top 3, Harith Baharin in 4th, Abdul Aziz Al Ikram in 5th, Nasruddin Matyusov in 6th, Adibali down to 7th, so he was up to 3rd at one point. Shaul Nizam Ramli in 8th, Mohamed Shazwan in 9th, and Razali bin Masood strangely down to 10th.
Mohamed Shazwan is the best performing rookie at the moment in 9th.
There's Razi Omar, there's Harith Baharin, there's Nasruddin. Mat Yusop.
The race leader, Azrai Hakim, very closely followed by Hafiq Azmi.
Well, how about that for a good cut in on the inside?
That's really well maneuvered.
Really well maneuvered.
That's the TOC HKM Toyo Racing team.
This for sure is the driest race that we've seen today. So that is Azrai Hakim.
Trailing Hafiq Azmi at the moment.
That's right, a good move by Hafiq Azmi. Coming to the back straight up to turn 15, and it looks like he's going to take the lead officially. Unless Azrai can do something here. Well, he just trails him. Rather keep his opportunity for later on. Still, Azrai Hakim is the fastest man on track. And as I said, if we do want a clean sweep of qualifying winners winning race 2s, then Azrai Hakim will finish this race on top, if that is to be the case. Right now, Hafiq Azmi has other plans for him.
Nasaruddin Mat Yusop has moved up to 5th. Arif Bahrain is riding a very good race in 4th at the moment. But it is Hafiq Azmi, 2:12.549. That's the fastest lap so far. 2 seconds nearly faster than Azrai Hakim.
That's Nasaruddin Mat Yusop, number 52 bike. Very distinguishable in that yellow and blue color. Abdul Aziz Al Ikram, Ahmad Khan, and Adib Ali down to 8th. So no glorious run this time for Adib Ali so far. And that means that Ahmad Khan is actually the highest ranked rookie at the moment, in 7th spot overall. Noamidin Abu Hassan is the 2nd placed rookie. Ahmad Shazwan is in 3rd. All of them just behind Nasaruddin Mat Yusop.
Now Keith Parrott has got a problem, has he?
He has got a problem. Looks pretty confident on the grid, but has been marked as AWOL, absent without leave, by our timing computer. So it's a good bet that that bike has either stopped or is in the pits. Well, actually, if it was in the pits, it would register as being in the pits. So most probably, it has stopped. Now that is Ahmad Khan, the head of the rookies there, in that red and green bike, in light green. Just marking his way behind Nasaruddin Mat Yusop. They've both got in front of Abdul Aziz Al Ikram.
Adib Ali's dropped down a place now to 9th.
Not having the run that he had in the first race.
Nasaruddin Mat Yusop, though, is closing in on Lazioma.
Absolutely. So Amirul Hafiq Azmi still out in front. That is Nasruddin Yusuf, just ahead of Ahmad Khan. 4th and 5th. There's just 0.2 of a second between them. Well, I stand corrected. Ahmad Khan has now moved up to 4th, as he's now passed Nasruddin Yusuf. So a rookie breaking into the bunch.
Very nice to see.
Meanwhile, the fastest sector time, or fastest lap time, has been Hafiq Azmi with 2:11.928.
Asroy Hakim is still hanging in there in second.
Razioma in 3rd, but 7 seconds back now. But this is where the battle's happening. That's Ahmad Khan right at the bottom of your screen. Nasruddin Yusuf just behind him. That is Abdul Aziz Al Ikram, the number 84 bike, next to Harith Bahrain. So this is the fight for 5th, 6th and 7th.
Very close fight.
Up at the front, Asroy Hakim is now 2.3 seconds behind Hafiq. As you can see there, 4 laps down, 8 laps to go. And I don't think we're going to see the full clean sweep if Amarul can hang on to this. Well, how about that? There looked like some contact. It actually looked like he may have just tried to out-jump him coming out of turn 3. Ahmad Khan, again, head of the rookies, now in 4th spot. That's a great ride from him. And that is Harith Bahrain, Aziz Al Ikram, and Shaul Nizam Ramli. Nothing between them as they come through and start sector 3.
Gotta mention Ahmad Khan, and what a ride he's having, bike 66.
Yeah, he really is.
4th for the rookie at the moment.
Now with this battle going on between all 3 of them, as you can see, Nasruddin Yusuf has actually pulled away a little bit. That's Harith Bahrain that's now taken the lead of this trio. So he's technically up to 5th.
But that BMW of Nasruddin Yusuf is just keeping him in front.
Yep, he's now 1.7 seconds ahead, I think. Should be okay. It's really this battle here. As I said, Harith Bahrain is now up front. The middle bike is Aziz Al Ikram.
Asroy Hakim is putting in a good lap here.
As all 3 of them come into turn 15. Nobody goes on the inside. Everybody's taking the safe line through and waiting for another opportunity later on to try and gain position. Well, you could immediately try on the home straight, I guess. And just like that, it is Shaul Nizam Ramli that takes the lead of the trio.
Almost effortlessly.
Yeah, Harith Bahrain settles into 2nd. And Abdul Aziz Ikram is now in 8th. Meanwhile, this is Ahmad Khan, just ahead of them. There's that fight just at the back of your screen. This is the head of the rookies doing very well in 4th place.
Very well.
2:16, 2:63. Shouldn't you be in the open class?
He'll be on 2 podiums if he finishes like that.
Yes.
That would be some going.
So Adibali is out of the running. Was actually currently in 9th. Radzi Omar will get a 2nd, 3rd spot if he finishes in 3rd. Keith Parrott, of course, out of the running now. He was 4th place in the first race. Hafiq Azmi got a 5th in race 1, so this will be great for him if he can pull off a win. Harith Bahrain came in 6th.
24-second gap between Hafiq Azmi and the top performing rookie Ahmad Khan, who's in fourth.
Well, just as an indicator, it was Nazir Misty who won the rookies class, race 1, and he was running 7th overall. So that really is a fantastic achievement from Ahmad Khan to be ahead of these open class riders.
Now, the gap between Hafiq Azmi and Azroy Hakim, 3.033 seconds.
I thought it was 2, but I kind of guessed it. I'm not. Some kind of computer. Speed trap eyes that can just look at 2 moving objects and suddenly know. Azroy Hakim will be happy with a 2nd place. He would love to get the double win and get 50 points. 45 points would be just as good. That would definitely see him on top of the championship standings. Next round, as I said, late July, 27th of July.
And that will see the return of the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup.
The ATC. There's Radzioma, just settling into 3rd spot, 17 seconds behind Azroy Hakim and 8 seconds ahead of Ahmad Khan, so a lot of breathing space for him.
This is possibly the most polite race of the entire day so far.
Don't
you think?
It has, it has.
There's no juggling with each other, no pushing each other.
Not yet, not yet.
Tires pumping, yet.
Yeah, we should always add yet.
Yeah, it is only halfway through. Final race of this opening weekend of the Pirelli Malaysia Superbike Championship 2018.
Now, if Radzioma does finish 3rd, that is going to mean 2 16-point finishes for him, 32 points for him in the championship. If you do want to find out who's leading who, then check in with the official Sepang website tomorrow, www.sepangcircuit.com. I say tomorrow because, of course, there are 4 classes and a lot of data that has to be uploaded onto that website tonight. And you can bet the officials up here at Sepang International Circuit will get that. That's off track for Ahmad Khan.
He's still got a massive lead.
He has, but he won't have if he keeps staying off track. That is definitely, it might look like not much of a difference, but really the buzzword in any motorsport is keep it on the buzz term.
Now, Radzioma has just clocked a lap 2:12.635. He's on lap 8 at the moment.
Azroy Hakim has just put it
I beg your pardon, that was Azroy Hakim.
Radzioma still in 3rd with a 2:15.694.
25 seconds behind. Hafiq Azmi is Radzioma.
Well, what's interesting is Azroy has managed to keep within 3 seconds of Hafiq and not let that get any bigger.
Yeah, and he's kept 18, 19, 20 second gap over Radzioma as well.
Good,
constantly.
Consistent pace.
Yeah.
And I said 45 points off your first day isn't going to be too bad.
That's what I mean. This is by far the most agreeable race.
Yeah, so
we've
far.
commentated on. Yeah, they're happy. The Automotive College. Good decision to come into sponsorship and team management.
It's going to certainly help them. It seems like a snug fit with the Superbike Championship this year. They have formed a brand new team. Talking of brand new teams, of course, we've seen some great entrants and some great results from the Junior ZX Racing team. That's the official SIC team. A lot of big names have been produced under the talent development program.
Now, Azroy Hakim is desperately trying to reel in race leader Hafiq Azmi. It's 2.916 now, the gap. And Azroy is putting in a very fast lap 8. That's the gap between 1 and 2. It's back up to 3.066. And gotta say, Hafik Azmi is looking very comfortable and relaxed.
He is indeed. Radzioma there into turn one. Had to shift his position a bit on the bike to get into turn two. Not the cleanest of starts to the lap, but he has got so much time to play with. As you can see from that clear track in front and behind him. Well, not completely clear. That's Ahmad Khan that's actually closing up on him.
Stunning lap. Ahmad Khan's best lap so far. 2:14.479 in fourth.
He's really drawing this one. 4 laps to go. Agreeable, yes, as a race, but I'm going to definitely say that Ahmad Khan has been the star for this one.
Yeah,
to be up there.
Totally agreed with you.
Really, really good ride from him.
This is a rookie.
Enjoying seeing it.
Yeah, a rookie rubbing shoulders and more with the big boys.
Yeah, not taking them on. Now, while I do think that he might catch Radzioma, or at least give it a bash by the end of this race, I don't think he's going to catch Azroy Hakim. Unless there is a serious breakdown of some kind from the Fast Throttle Motorsports car. Sorry, bike. It's a pretty big mistake. It's only missing 2 wheels, a bonnet and a roof.
The battle for 8th between Razali bin Masood from Singapore and Abdul Aziz Al Ikram of the Gagak Hitam Racing team.
So it doesn't look like we're going to have that clean sweep. I'm a stickler for detail, and I said if Azroy had come through, then we would have had the fastest qualifiers all winning race 2s. Well, Hafik Azmi is going to put a stop to that by the looks of it. I can't really see him getting into trouble from here. That is Nasruddin Matyusov, and that is Sharul Nizam.
Right on his tail.
Razali, yeah. Sorry, Sharul Nizam Ramli. Right on his tail, and in fact perfectly poised for a maneuver through 1 and 2. Is he gonna try it? Oh, that line was just cut off. But he's not gonna get the switch option on the inside here either.
So 3 laps to go. Hafik Azmi still the leader. You are looking at the top rookie there on the green bike, and oh.
Well, that's 14. But you see what I mean in terms of
that's Hafik Azmi. That is Hafik Azmi.
Is this another? No, it is. It's Hafik Azmi that has
the race leader. So Azroy Hakim is now in first position.
Going to win. And if Azroy Hakim is going to win after this shock from Hafik Azmi, what happened there?
Hopefully the race director can.
He's looking fine at least. And the bike, they are checking the bike. And he's checking the bike, so maybe he did slip off. But that means that yes, we are now going to have clean sweep of fastest qualifiers. And we've just heard that it's a mechanical failure, so it was the bike that let him down, sadly enough. We were talking about reliability.
Yeah.
3 laps, 67 kilometers for a total distance, and it didn't come through for TOC HKM Toyo Racing. So Azroy Hakim is in the lead. He's going to make it 50 points. And Radzioma is going to get second.
That's right. There is race leader at the moment, Azroy Hakim.
This time, a little bit lucky, as it didn't look like he was going to catch Hafik Azmi for certain. And we've seen a lot of that happening today.
Yeah.
With last laps and last corners, in fact.
Maybe it makes up for his bad luck in race 1.
It could do. You could say that. But let's actually see. I mean, it just sets it up for a great championship. It really does. All the way up to October with that magical double header happening in October, early October, which is going to see 2 rounds, round 4 and round 5, happening within 24 hours of each other. 100 points with 4 races over that weekend for each class. So whatever happens here, there is a last-ditch saloon. Of course, that does open up the other possibility that someone like Azroy Hakim or Ismail Smiley or Liam Taylor-McDonald might win all 4 races and actually take 100 points extra onto whatever they picked up from the previous rounds.
Adib Ali currently in 9th.
Yes, no fantastic run from Adib this time.
No.
But had a great start. Did come up to 3rd from 13th.
Azroy Hakim, barring any mechanical failure,
should be getting on his last lap.
Yeah.
Razi Omar now 34 seconds. And this happens so often when you do see one of the front runners retire, that all of a sudden it settles into an unassailable lead. 34-second lead over Razi Omar means Azroy can literally run a 2:25 lap now, and he will still be okay.
And it also means that Ahmad Khan is now
Yes, Ahmad Khan is up to 3rd. So really still the story of Superstock has been Ahmad Khan for the 2nd race. A rookie in 3rd, ahead of 6 other open class riders.
Azroy Hakim starts his final lap right now, the race leader from Fast Throttle Motorsports.
He's going to know he's P1. There you go. That it was that board that would have told him that. These guys do rely on old school motorsport communication, which is the boards. These days, everybody's linked up wirelessly. In some of the, well, MotoGP especially. And as I said, Superbike Championships, be it the WSBK or the MSBK, is a lot more about man and machine. And there's a lot of motorsports enthusiasts that actually do prefer that. They prefer the old days where it was just man and machine, and there is an argument these days that too much computer control can lead to less real driving experience or riding experience. So coming into the last sector now, Azroy Hakim.
That's Nazaruddin Mat-Yusuf currently in 4th position, and that is the #1 rookie currently in 3rd, Ahmad Khan, bike 66.
And look at Sharul Nizam Ramli, 0.3 of a second off the bearings of Nazaruddin Mat-Yusuf. So now that's turning into, on the last lap, a bit of a battle. Can Ahmad Khan
got enough track
hang on to it? Well, for Ahmad Khan, it's can I make it to the end of the track? For Nazaruddin, it's have I got enough track left? And for Sharul Nizam, it's definitely have I got enough track left? Well, Sharul is just in the right position if he keeps this up to try something on 14 and 15. And this is turn 15 for Azroy Hakim, and this is what I was waiting for. This is the clean sweep.
The clean sweep.
Surya Narayana winning in 250. Kashbak Ashmayuddin winning in Super Sport, Aslan Shah winning in Super Bike, and now Azroy Hakim takes the win for Superstock, which means the 4 fastest qualifiers have all won their respective race 2 in their classes.
And you like that, don't you?
I love that. I love coincidences like that. I think it's fantastic.
Now Razi Omar coming to finish second.
This is turn 15, and look how close Ahmad Khan is just behind him. This is actually going to be a really close run in for up to 5th. 2nd to 5th about to finish. Razi Omar, if he can just get around here perfectly, and he can. That's well done from Razi Omar. Now look at this battle, this scrap going on at the back. 3 bikes across the line. Nazaruddin Mat-Yusuf has got to be...
He took 3rd.
He took 3rd in the end.
From Ahmad Khan.
Ahmad Khan settles for 4th. Still a good run for a rookie. And Sharul Nizam Ramli in 5th. So we now have our up to 7 finishes. Harith Barid has come in in 6th. Razali bin Masood is in 7th. Adibali with an 8th in the end.
Adibali's just coming in 8th.
Abdul Aziz Al Ikram in 9th. And rounding up the top 10 should be Noramidin Abu Hassan, who will also be the 2nd of the rookies. So, important finisher for 10 and should be coming around the corner in about 15 seconds. Great race again from Azroy Hakim, 50 points. Surya Narayana also picked up 50 points. And Azlan Shah and Kashma both with 25 points each. But it has been a lot of action and headlines on a day that will be remembered. The start of the Malaysia Superbike Championship 2018 season, and we've seen red flags, we've seen yellow flags, we've seen black flags, we've seen stopped races, we've seen rain, we've seen sun, we've seen incidents, we've seen crashes, we've seen contact, we've seen the lot today, and this is just the first round. But that's what happens when the bikes are back in town, and these guys just love tearing around this beautiful Sepang International Circuit. So into the pit lane for Azroy. There's Ahmad Khan, just pipped to 4th in the end. Deserved 3rd.
Yeah.
Deserved 3rd. It was literally down to the line.
Take nothing away. That's his best ride.
Absolutely.
Of his short career so far. And I don't think he's going to be a rookie for very, very long.
Well, it just so happens that you can't be. If you do well enough this year, then you're going to be promoted. And we've already seen, as I said, some of the winners from last year and some of the challenges they faced this year by moving up to a different class. But that's what it's all about with the Malaysia Superbike Championship. It's about getting better. It's something that the Sepang International Circuit Talent Development Program is all about, of course, with their ZK racing team. But all the riders here looking to better themselves. And Azroy Hakim, a little bit lucky, has to be said, as Mohammed
Azmi.
Amirul Hafiq Azmi in the end. It looks like he's been classified as 15th, but really didn't expect that mechanical failure.
That must be the worst way to retire.
Well, if it's going to happen, as I said, I've been doing a lot of endurance racing over the last year. That's like 6 hours. And really, when you've been racing for that amount of time, when it gets down to the last half hour, you should see the consternation on the pit and the pit engineers and the mechanics' face, because they just know that they just spent 6 hours racing and it's all going to come down. And just to cement that point, there was one race in Fuji where the leader for one of the classes actually dropped out with something, I think it was 15 minutes left to go after 5 hours and 45 minutes of racing. But that's what it's all about, reliability. And so the 67-kilometer total distance that these guys have to race is a test for these bikes.
And he is rightly getting congratulated.
Fantastic,
there,
yeah, story, absolute story of the day. I think for one of the rookies to be finishing 3rd after a very good run. No one expected him to do it. He's actually to the point of tears right now, which is great. And let's hope that we see a lot more of Ahmad Khan over the next 4 rounds. I'm glad that everyone else thinks that's the story of the day. So
it is. It really
was. So the rest of the bikes coming through. And you know what that means? It means that the podium ceremony is just around the corner. Once again, if you want to find all the results and in fact all the highlights from all of the racing that we've watched today, then for the highlights you can log on to the Sepang Circuit FB page. If you have just joined us, then all the other races that happened today have been archived on there. And if you want the results and all the other information, then get on to www.sepangcircuit.com. But I would say later on tonight or tomorrow morning to give some of the officials up at Sepang time to log in all this massive amount of data. You'd be surprised the amount of data you can find on that site. We'll be back with the podium ceremony in just a bit while these guys let their bikes get checked out by race control.
So here we go with the Superstock official results. In first place, Azroy Hakim, Radzi Omar in second, Nazaruddin Mat Yusof in third, Ahmad Khan, what a performance from the young rookie, in fourth, Sharul Nizam Ramli in fifth, Harith Bahrain, Razali bin Masood, Adib Ali, Aziz Al Ikram, Noor Hamiruddin Abu Hassan taking us up to 10th. Adip Rosdin in 11th. Punkimun in 12th. Muhammad Shazwan in 13th. Nazir Mizdi in 14th. Hafiq Azmi, Sarul Fahmi, Muhammad Khairullah, Keith Parrott, who did not ride in the end, as well as Hamizul Afiq and Muhammad Fizwan.
That's right. Just a quick reminder once again about those MotoGP tickets. If you want them